Right, so kicking off our second series, HaN, Shoop, and the first map is Crossing Field.
Hmm.
So, Crossing Field, it's not a quite new map anymore. We've
Yeah,
seen it for quite some time now.
indeed. And one thing you kind of have to say about this map is you don't really see the standard. You don't see the. You usually don't see the standard Forge Fast expand. You're usually seeing a gateway blocking off the ramp with zealots, that sort of thing. You can see the Forge, and then like blocking off and having a cannon at the top of the ramp. But the Protoss is not really going with his standard uh, uh, fast expand build.
Yeah, I don't think. Going Forge, it's not really possible at a higher level because you can't make a tight wall, and Zergs will abuse
Yeah.
that. So yeah, gate first, pretty much the name of the game for PvZ. And now about Shoop, Shoop actually historically has done really well on Fighting Spirit Circuit Breaker type maps.
Hmm.
So I think on paper this was a map that I was thinking that Shoop would have trouble on, but of course, um, Crossing Field. I mean, not say that those are the only maps he's good on, but he's definitely was favored on those maps. But
Uh-huh.
Shoop, he plays really well, and he does. I think he prefers Forge first. Gate first is not. Um,
His style.
Actually, I'm not 100% sure about that, but I've seen him go Forge first plenty of times to know that he's really good with that.
Hmm. Yeah, and we've got a pool, early pool gas from HaN. Uh, Overlord going straight across the map. Gates coming up for Shoop. Oh, we didn't introduce the players, right?
All right, you're right.
In the top left, the red Zerg. We've got HaN from Chobos with Attitude.
And in the bottom corner here, for Team Beast, the 8 team, we've got Shoop playing under his tag, Kakulza,
Hmm.
Zerg Guardian. And of course, the probe gets in here, sees everything, and sees the 6 lings coming out, and he will stick around long enough to see that this egg will be the 8 lings. So already, HaN is playing aggressive, and Shoop's gonna react here. He's got another zealot, of course, queued up, and he's gonna have to pull some probes here to defend this.
Yeah. But I think he's got it timed out himself. Yeah, the probes are in time. The thing that's always scared me ever since I saw it a couple playing Protoss versus myself on this map is the possibility when you're blocking off with the probes and zealots on here. Technically, you could end up in a sort of situation where you get a drone drill if their overlord has vision of your main minerals. But we're not seeing that. Instead, we've got speedlings.
Yeah, and this hasn't been a great attack at all for HaN. He built, I think, he's continuing to build lings. He got an expansion up.
Yeah, we've got 7 lings have gone down to kill nothing.
So, I'm not a huge fan of this decision from HaN, especially
Mm-hmm.
since it got scouted. I think if the initial 8 lings could have just stopped there, these extra ones, I'm not sure what he's thinking he's going to be able to get done with this, because I think there's going to be 4 or more zealots out with some probes to block, or actually 3 zealots. So,
Yeah, I think if you're gonna commit to this, you should. If you're gonna commit to this many, you might as well bring a couple drones along and try to drill it, try to mess up the because otherwise you're not really getting anything done.
yeah, finally getting one zealot there and two probes pulled. But the Nat of for Shoop is coming up at a pretty good time,
Yeah.
and HaN meanwhile being very economical with and getting the third hatch.
Uh huh. Yeah. Well, he's gonna have to try to, his third hatch is his second and third hatches one at times he'd probably consider optimal. His drone count's extremely limited from building all those zerglings, so he's really gonna have to. And he hasn't really done any damage. He's killed a single zealot. So I'd say Shoop's at a sizable advantage here.
Yeah, and Shoop getting a pretty good Stargate time considering the opening. And, you know, the Spire's going to be pretty delayed. So, I forget exactly what happens, but Shoop has an opportunity here to get a couple Overlords. At least, we might see a Spore Colony or something, because, you know, the Spire's going to be really delayed.
Lair just coming up.
Oh, like, there. Alright, yeah. And +1 as well is really late.
Okay,
for
we
Shoop.
just have Shoop going with the cannon here at the top, just for some extra safety. That sort of protects against any sort of, if we saw like a quick Hydra type thing, or like a drill cannon sort of shuts that down.
Yeah, so
+1 start, just starting up.
So Shoop's not going to be able to make the best Zealot timing. But then again, Fox, he's committed to so many, or HaN, sorry, committed to so many lings in the beginning that it might equal out. And
Okay, we do have Spore Colony coming up at the natural.
Yeah, pretty much a
The front
necessity.
natural.
He has
Yeah,
to get
'cause
that.
Otherwise, we'd just have heavy Overlord losses.
He's still going to lose a few. The Corsair's here, and the Spire is ways away.
Yeah. Well, he does have all the Overlords over by the front natural except for one.
Yeah. So only lose
So-
one. Not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, we've just pretty much got full drone production from HaN. Spire coming up. 4th hatchery. And this one Overlord should go down. But yeah, when you consider the limited economic, you know, fortitude of HaN at the moment, he's droning heavily because he has to be greedy after the opening.
Now, this is something that I remember from the game. Right now, Shoop has a very healthy Zealot count, and he should have moved out because the Nat SimCity is just getting established now. I mean, Hydras are a ways away, and even if he moves out like 20 seconds ago, he could have, before the Sunkens were up. That's a missed opportunity for Shoop here. The Zealot move out is really late. You know, he scouted with the Corsairs, so he might have been able to do a lot of damage there. He won't. Instead, he's just going to try to get the 3rd. But you don't have to, you know, prioritize only one thing. You can be aggressive with the Zealots and take the 3rd at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, the he sort of gave him the opportunity to get this SimCity properly set up, when really he had about this many. He had like a solid 8-9 Zealots with, although he might just be waiting for the +1 before he does any sort of move. But I agree with what you're saying. He had like 8 Zealots when there was pretty much no SimCity at the front natural.
Corsair's still poking around.
Mm-hmm.
Are there Scourge? No Scourge on the way.
Yeah, he can. No Overlords in the actually. Yeah, no Overlords in the front or the pocket. But we do have Hydras coming out now. Technically, if we were going to see some sort of DT, you could see some sort of DT drop with the way he's spaced his Overlords, but with the Hydras coming out and speed Overlords, that probably wouldn't be very effective.
Yeah, Shoop really does like going for drops, this double Templar drops. And does he have a Robo up?
I don't see one.
Okay, so it's still a ways away, but I think we have a strong possibility of seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
Got double Forge, so Shoop's on top of his tech, as always. And the 3rd is up. He's getting some cannons, and he has plenty of storms. So Shoop's in a really good economical position at this point. He's on base parity with the Zerg for now. The 4th's not
Mhm.
quite up. So I'm liking Shoop's position where he's at. Didn't lose any Corsairs there, so he's still got him for the later game where he can be annoying.
We do have the Robo halfway done in the main. Yeah, his although we do have a lot of Hydras coming out from Han, but we already have Templar with Storm, so.
Yeah.
And we've got 3 Storms ready already at the front natural. So, although I do have to say Han has done a pretty good job getting himself into a pretty solid economic position off of that failed aggressive opener.
Here we go. The Hydras are coming in here. How good the Storms will be. Loses one of the High Templars without getting a Storm off. That's pretty big.
Oh, but that's a big storm.
Okay, and the subsequent storms were really nice as well.
Yeah, that was a massive storm. One thing you do see from Han, though, is he's got really good, every single base that realistically is going to be taken, he has at least like a little unit at it. Because these 2 middle bases, you're not going to see those taken unless it's like a Terran versus Terran or something. So everyone he has at least a little Zergling or some Scourge. So nothing sneaky is going to go down from Shoop.
Shoop coming in here with some Stairs. I might get an Overlord or 2. Yeah, we'll get some. There's Overlord speed up.
Yep. He should be able to still get at least 2. Ooh, but Scourge coming out. Let's see how they're cloned.
He doesn't have +1 either. Ooh, nice Scourge hits. Actually gets
Yeah, cloned pretty well. He took out 3 of them.
a nice shot there. But, you know, Shoop's 3rd's up, so that ship is sailed.
Oh, but we do have Han supply block by taking out those couple of overlords.
Yeah, I don't think he expected that harass at this point. Now he's also got a Shoop's got a dropship loaded up with a DT and a storm drop.
Hive starting. Just started, so good timing.
Yeah, so we're kind of skipping this middle game right now in this game. The 3rd, not really a point of contention at all for Shoop with the storms, and then Han going at a hive at a really nice time, not being committed to Hydras too much. And it looks like we might see we see Lurkers coming out here. Lurkers are going to be super good on crossing field. They can get map presence on these ramps here, can lock down a situation. But the thing is, though, Shoop has a lot of ways he can avoid them. So I don't think the Lurkers, I don't know. They're not an aggressive tool.
Let's see if this shuttle gets taken out by these Scourge that are on.
Oh my goodness, that was close. Okay,
He's got 1. All right, the DT should come out, and then yeah, there is a spore at the back natural, so that shouldn't be able to do anything.
I'm not sure why he didn't just go for the storm drop. He's going into the nat, but that has a spore there. Why? Okay, that was a little bit of a miscue there.
The Zealots have done the most damage out of anything. The DT was taken out immediately.
That was a big missed potential there. Could have gotten a storm off on the main for sure.
Yeah, definitely could have gotten something off on the main. Actually, if he had sent the DT into the main, it wouldn't. There's no detection there. There was no Overlord. So if he had sent DT into the main, it would have been okay. But he was macroing pretty heavily. We have a massive army in front of his natural, so
yeah, he's up quite a bit in supply. Normal in a PvZ.
Really good, nice upgrades. He's got 2-1 and 2-2 will finish soon.
Yeah, attacking out with 2-2 is nice. And he's just kind of moving around the Zerg armies. He's got to be careful here. The Lurkers are setting up a position on the ridge, and Shoop's not sure why he's going down here.
Wait a second.
This is kind of an odd position for him. Okay, looks like that Lings are coming down here, but getting some nice storms off. So the Lurkers are set up here on this ridge, but Shoop's not engaging that directly. He's going to go for the 4th, and this is a big army here for Shoop. he's almost maxed. He will be maxed very shortly.
Yeah. Man, I just realized these what would you call them? Like the 5 o'clock and the like 11 o'clock expands. Weren't those formerly walled off
yeah.
by?
This is the wrong version of Crossing Fields.
Yeah.
This is the wrong version. That's funny.
Yeah, I just saw that and I was thinking about it. Okay, but looking at this fight, we've got just a really nice army from the shoot.
And the Storms are doing amazing right now.
Yeah.
Still has a couple of them in the bag.
But you do have to say, once you get to just the Dragoons, then all of a sudden the Protoss army can sort of get shredded. Because the Dragoons sort of lose to anything by themselves. So, a lot of the Protoss versus Zerg engagements go like this, where it looks like the Protoss is just smashing it. But he's got enough Storms left, and there's not a ton of Hydras, so I think...
Okay, the Obs are out of position here. He's taking a ton of lurker shots on the Goons. He's going to lose a clump of them. Oh, this is tough. Not microing here. Okay, he might still get the hatchery, although the next wave of reinforcements is going to be tough. And meanwhile, Shoop losing a ton here to the lurkers.
Defiler.
Lurkers on the ridge. The reinforcements are just getting chewed here. This is getting messy.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so Shoop's just deciding not to press into that base for some reason.
He's sort of pulling back. Okay, so it didn't end up... Oh, we've got a couple Zealots and a High Templar coming down. They're going to pick off a Defiler, I think. Could see a Plague.
Yeah, Plagues would be nice here. This game is kind of getting weird. The Lurkers... There's still a couple Lurkers up.
Ooh, we've got a lot of Zealots at the top of the map. And once you get into these 2-1 cracklings, all of a sudden you find that the Zerglings don't do too bad against the Zealots. They're still losing in fights, but they're not trading as inefficiently.
So Han's 5th is denied, but I'm not really sure why Shoop couldn't just go in and take the 4th, and then he would be in a lot better position here. Although he has a 4th of his own up, so that's a nice timed 4th in a PvZ.
Yeah, and we've got a pretty sizable. Okay, but this is where you can get plagues.
Okay, good storms. No plagues yet. Okay, blinding clouds.
Dark swarms.
Oh yeah, sorry. I cast between StarCraft 2 and Brood War, and they're called different things. My bad.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I miss Dark Swarm when I am watching or playing StarCraft 2.
I call it the other thing in the other game too. So. All right, so a ton of Archons being morphed here for Shoop, and yeah, the 4th being established here is the big point for Shoop.
Yeah, because even on bases, not what you want as a Zerg player. I mean, obviously, we can just look at the army composition. This is such a nice. Although there aren't that many Dragoons.
Yeah, the storms here are gonna be nice. Oh.
Ooh, yeah, those are massive storms. Obviously we're not. Oh man, what a storm! These are just devastating.
Yeah, Han just got rolled there, and I think the 4th is gonna go down.
Yeah, there's one lurker here to defend, not even any sunkens. So I think this is the beginning of the end here. Where the observer? There we go.
GG. Yep. Shoop.
Yep. And I realized that I was going to say he didn't have enough Dragoons in his composition. As soon as you start hitting Dark Swarm, Dragoons lose so much value that obviously you want to start switching into Archon, High Templar, Zealot as the base of your army with some Dragoons. But But obviously, prior to Dark Swarm, the Dragoons really just, if you have enough of them, they'll kill anything with some support.
Yeah, sure. It's a really fine balance between the goons and the zealots there in the army.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
and that was a really well played game. I thought it was a really good play from Shoop at the beginning of the game, stopping that early aggressive build from HaN. But I felt like HaN recovered decently into he got himself into a pretty good economy, and if he had gotten a 5th base up, all of a sudden, then he could, we could have found ourselves in a much longer game. But denying that 5th base, keeping the Zerg even with the Protoss, the Zerg is just going to have a hard time.
looks like people in the chat are wondering what this intro screen is. This is a screen somebody made for the CPL, like on the second day of the Discord being up, and I just nabbed it and I totally stole it. Did not give them credit. Okay, Armada made this, and I was just like, "That's a great screen." Now this needs to be the screen of every CPL cast of mine, because I'm too lazy to make a decent overlay. It's a great screen. I wish I could take credit for it. All right, now Shoop is.
Oh yeah, let me grab the.
Oh, sorry, I gotta put it.
You haven't made. Okay. No,
I know I'm slacking off talking to people in the chat. So we're going on to Fighting Spirit here, which is traditionally, doing air quotes here, is a good map for Shoop.
Oh, could you give me 10 seconds?
Oh,
15
absolutely.
seconds. Okay, I'll be right back.
All right, so like I said, it's traditionally a good map for Shoop, but Shoop just won on Circuit. Crossing Fields. Guaranteed it was the wrong version, so I think HaN could call for a rematch there. Not really, but I mean, it does make a difference. That map, the older or the newer version, whatever, the correct version with the walls, is way better for Protoss because it's easier for them to attack in rather than attack into those walls. Jitter saying BM is Gosu. Yeah, I know. I was thinking about that. I'm like, BM is a integral part of StarCraft, not just a noob, not just the Pupil side of it.
Okay, my apologies. Just got. All right. Yeah, Fighting Spirit.
All right, so
Additionally, you can Shoop plays PvZ.
Sure. Yep. All right, so switch the screens there, and now we're ready. Game 2, and this is going to be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
For who? We'll see. All right, in the top corner here, for Chobos with Attitude, the Orange Zerg, down a game, it's HaN.
Mm-hmm. And the brown Protoss in the bottom left position, we've got Shoop from Team Beast, playing under the name Kikolza, and after the Zerg Guardian thing.
Can you move like a couple inches closer to your mic? I'm having a hard time picking.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, the last part I said was Kikolza, the Zerg Guardian hero unit.
Yeah, okay, so Shoop, on Fighting Spirit, he is comfortable with the 12-13 standard build, or maybe even maybe an earlier Forge. We'll see. And then I haven't seen a ton of HaN. I think he's just pretty standard macro. Well, last game he was a little bit cheesy with the Lings.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not totally sure.
Yeah, but that was a 2-player map. You might want to mix it up in a 3-game series. Not always show your standard play on sort of non-standard maps.
Yeah, Crossing Field's a pretty bad map to do that on, though. Just
because like we said, you have the zealots sitting there, and you're likely gonna send out a decently early scout since it's a 2-player map. So
yeah, and you got a pocket expansion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you're not even really stopping him from expanding. He can just expand behind his zealot wall.
You're just giving him an early lead, is what you're doing, pretty much.
Yeah, you can do if he had gone more all in, you can do things like proxy hatch, speed zergling type things, drone drills. You know, you can get real tricky with the kind of stuff you do in crossing field though, because you're not going in standard wall-ins. Where if you bust in with some speed zerglings against a couple zealots on a ramp, you can really just end the game there.
Alright, so Shoop is actually playing this safe. Kind of
cannon
conservative.
first.
Yeah. So, yeah, the cannon first, not the traditional 12-13 build. And this placement's actually a bit weird. This wall, because the gate's going to be here, but then I think you have, like, 3 gaps. I'm not totally sure what this wall is. Which is weird, because normally it's always, Shoop's always good with his walls. But also, HaN going for a unorthodox third base position.
Yeah, this is interesting. It's not shocking or anything, but a lot of times you see the like natural another base taken, or like below, like the what do we call it, the 3 o'clock position, because that is like connected to the natural. Whereas this one's sort of like you enter it from the center of the map, so technically would be a little easier to push.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, maybe not shocking, but I would say that this is actually pretty, I don't know, I'm not a big fan of it, because you got the 2 angles that he can attack into. Probably won't end up being the biggest deal in the world, but, you know, just a small choice there. If
because like we're saying, like the natural, HaN's naturally. I'm not trying to say this, but if he defends his bridge to his natural, then there's only one place you can attack the 3 o'clock. Like so like that would be like a place that you would generally expand.
Right, yeah, because you only got 1 attack path.
This one you've got 2 attack paths you have to defend. But it could throw Shoop off a little bit because he probably isn't expecting it either. But I've seen plenty of people take this space.
Yeah, we got a pretty good Stargate time, about 4:10 for Shoop. Crisp timing.
Zealot heading, a couple of zealots heading across the map. Probably wants to force. He's probably scouting such a low count of zerglings. He thinks he can get something done here.
Gotta be worried he doesn't lose that, because there's a couple lings gonna pop.
So the 1 zealot scouted the 3 o'clock position and saw nothing. Alright, so 1 zealot headed in.
The zealot needs to book it. He can't take this fight. Oh, he's gonna.
He could try to get. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. He's probably gonna try to get behind some minerals. Ooh, that's blocked.
Ooh, shut down without a swipe. I'm not sure why Shoop just didn't leave when he saw that many things. A small.
All right, I think he's gonna scout. I think he's gonna scout the 12 o'clock base with this zealot if it doesn't get taken out by zerglings. Yeah, I think it's gonna scout it.
Okay. So it's going to get there, and Shoop also going for +1 air. So he's going for a +1/+1 timing. But this is a pretty big deal, losing those. Well, not 2 zealots. I'm thinking weird. He's going to lose this zealot though.
But there are no zerglings up here. These drones. Okay, he does take out 1 drone. But look, he's forcing HaN to pull all of the zerglings back. I actually think this is a good move.
I don't know if the Lings would have gotten anything done anyways.
Yeah, but he at least will. Ooh, I feel like he should have stayed behind the minerals there.
He has Shoop, not kind of uncharacteristic from him. He's been sloppy with his Lings, zealots, and that's gonna really hurt his timing with his +1/+1 build. His tech's on time, but he's gonna be low in zealot count.
Scourge about to pop. Let's see, do they take this out? Ooh, a little lag on the Scourge. He doesn't. If they had gone like straight away, sort of, they have that little adjustment period when they first pop. Otherwise, he might have been able to get that Corsair that was sitting there.
Okay, so he's gonna escape with all these Sairs, which is nice.
Yeah.
Gonna keep the count high, and at 7:10, this is the window for the Zealot timing attack. Speed's not done. Not moving out. If you had about 3 more Zealots right now, this would be a little bit more scary.
Yeah, and we do have a decent looking sim city, so especially at the natural, it doesn't really look like something you want to engage into. And he just has this sort of roving group of Zerglings that I think he's just gonna try to shut down expansion things with. Alright, so the Zealots are pushing out now with Corsair support.
A very late push out, and he has about how many Corsairs? He has 6 Corsairs, and he has +1, so he can gun down some Scourge. But there's
5.
There's Hydras. Oh, 5. I can't count.
There's 6. There's 6 stairs. Oh, did one just go down?
I missed that. Is there a Scourge somewhere?
Yeah. I guess. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure how much will get done. There's Sunkens up. There's a lot of Hydras there.
Okay, so the Zealots moving back. And the Sairs in here gunning down a few Scourge.
Ooh, 1 Sair.
Oh, that's close.
1 Sair down to 14 points. Ooh. Okay, and that one does go down.
Fortunately, it was the injured one. Now there's a couple Hydras here.
Yeah, we got about 7 Zealots. Yeah, this just feels a bit unorthodox.
Yeah, I'm scared for Shoop. The third just went up so uncontested that HaN's macro is on point. And
yeah.
Shoop,
he's almost even on the moment. So, that's pretty scary. He's just macroing heavily out of all these hatches. He's gonna look at this orange stream coming down the map. This is pretty fearsome.
he has a decent amount of storms,
Yeah.
but storms alone are not going to be enough.
And also, where are the and we've got a Sair going down, but the Sair does scout that.
He's bleeding Sairs right now.
Okay, and we do have there's a DT, massive. We do have a DT, but there are a speed over here.
Okay, he's moving the Zealots and he's trying to get them around, but he's gonna sacrifice.
I don't think these Zealots are gonna be able to.
Needs to attack in conjunction with the storms.
Yeah. Got another hatchery coming up, so we're gonna be seeing six hatchery Hydra and evolution chamber coming to the main. Yeah, just look at this. Pretty good macro from HaN.
Yeah.
So this is more what I was expecting from what I heard.
And this is interesting. Another thing, this wall's weird. It'd be better if the forge was here.
These zealots are pinned. These zealots are pinned at the 3 o'clock. They should all go down.
And then he would be able to fit a couple more cannons in the back row here, and so his cannon number is very limited. And Shoop's macro's been okay. He's got a lot of goons out, but this is he's confined, and he needs to be taking his third about now. This is 10 minutes. He needs to start to be angling to take his third.
And once again, we've got
far away.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for him to take the third with just Dragoon Templar. And also, we've got this nice spread of, like last game, units at pretty much every base. HaN just has a vision of any possible expansion. And Lurker's already out.
Corsair gonna find these little packet of overlords there.
He should pull him over. He should just pull him over to the 12 o'clock base, but I think he'll lose both.
So Fox is just getting farther and farther ahead here. I think with this force, Shoop might be able to push out and get some storms. Use the bridge to storm in. I think, watching this live, it seemed like Shoop was in a terrible position. But Shoop actually has he has a decent amount of storms here that he can maybe push out here to hold and take a third. But every second he's not taking the third, he's just getting so far behind.
And we've got these well spread lurkers across the bridge that are really just going to make it annoying for Shoop. Even just send out little groups of units, like trying to send anything to harass. We do have these Corsairs that are doing a decent job of harassment, but if he loses these Corsairs, then obviously it opens up the window for some sort of switch into a Muta Scourge type, like a +1 carapace. But
okay, he's
obviously. What are you saying? He's pushing it to try to take it.
Oh, and he's bleeding a couple goons here. This is bad.
Yeah.
Okay, now okay. Is HaN gonna dive here? He's got plenty. We're equal supply, which is really bad for the Protoss.
I think he sniffed it out. He's sending up units here. If he can get these units up here before the Templar get up there, then they won't all get stormed quite badly.
Oh, loses my Templar there. The storms are gonna be late.
Yeah.
Bad storms.
Yeah, well, just pretty much surrounded there. That was just gonna be rough. As soon as HaN sniffed it out very well, he saw a couple to that position, to that 9 o'clock, and he said, "No, I'm gonna get there first." Because as long as you get above that that ramp, then all of a sudden you can't get stormed, and be so devastating.
Yeah, Shoop's slowly dying here without the third going up. So, at this point, there's not much he can do, I think. The unit rally is really terrible for him. The units are just going every which way. It's tough. It's a tough funnel. But HaN, honestly, is just biding his time. He doesn't have to dive in and attack. He can just wait, starve him out, and the supply says it all. Normally in a PvZ, the Protoss is ahead a little bit of supply, or a decent amount in some cases, and it's tied. He's actually ahead in supply. He's pushing up here into the lurkers and might get some decent storms, but the Ling's coming in. Storm's not really connecting. The lurker is getting so much damage done. DTs, there's vision. His attack is getting shut down from Shoop, and he doesn't have a ton of storms left.
Yeah, and what we have to say here is that when you're in a position where you're just continually denying Shoop from taking a third, then all of a sudden the Zerg doesn't exactly have to trade efficiently versus the Protoss in the first place. Usually you're having more units, but even more so when you're so economically ahead, you don't have to pick the most efficient trades.
Okay, he's gonna Shoop's taking some okay storms, but pushing up into this funnel is terrible.
Yeah, we've already got cracklings. We've got more lurkers from morphing. The Filer Mound is finished and getting consumed already. We don't even have the third base yet. We've actually got lurkers running into the middle of the army.
Alright, GG's called. And Shoop, this is a pretty big upset here in my mind. Shoop going down on Fighting Spirit, kind of his home turf in a PvZ. That's not something that I expected, certainly when I was watching this.
Yeah, but you have to say, sort of the nature of that game, you get sort of unharassed 3 bases, HaN comfortable getting up to 5-6 hatchery play. With very little early pressure. He didn't really have to build many early Zergs. He was able to really well, and he really just sort of flexed his macro ability and just denied the third. Was the name of the game on there, and he did it.
Yeah. So we're going into our next map is Tau, which, in my opinion, is tough. It's a tough map for Protosses. The wall is harder. It's not straightforward at all. The The third, I mean, you can get the gas third pretty easily, but Zergs can get really good angles with lurkers, kind of like a crossing fields in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know what you think about this map in PvZ.
Yeah, I personally, yeah, the last PvZ I played on this map, I lost, as a Protoss, with some horrid walls.
Sorry, can you come a little bit closer to the mic? I can't
Yeah,
hear.
yeah, yeah. My apologies. My apologies. What I said was the last PvZ I played on this map. I lost it. Had some horrid walling. Yeah, it can be pretty difficult, but if you can get into that, if you can get into that stage of the game where the Protoss becomes comfortable moving out, any sort of like timing type stuff like 2-2, Dragoon pushes and type. If you can get to that stage of the game, then you have a better time. But I feel like the Zerg can do a lot in the early game.
Yeah, and I think it's really easy for Zerg to get a high gas count. And this is actually, I mean, people don't talk about this, maybe not, but I don't hear about this getting talked about. But I think this is one of the pretty imbalanced maps for PvZ out there in the pool. Kind of like a Katrina style in a PvT or PvZ. The reverse of Katrina. So, but anyways, we didn't introduce our players. In the top here, the Orange Zerg, who just tied this series 1-1. It's HaN.
And yeah, really well played game from HaN there on Fighting Spirit. And in the bottom right of Cowcross are Teal Protoss, Shoop, loser of game 2 but winner of game 1 with a very well played game, good early defense on crossing field, and then last game just couldn't take his third against the great macro engine of HaN. And so we see the Forge opener. You had mentioned it earlier. You feel Shoop is more of a Forge, fast expand type guy.
Yeah,
so that's what we're seeing here.
His gate macro is quite good. Thank you for the follow, whoever that was. Sorry, I'm going to switch screens just so I can see that.
Let's see. Is he going to go with the cannon first again? Yep.
Oops, sorry about that. Just tried to see who that was. Thanks, whoever that was, for the follow. Yeah, so like I was saying about Shoop, I think his strengths are his gate macro in the mid game is really strong. So going for a Forge first opening allows him to be comfortable in that, and then transition into strong Templar Goon play is his strong point. So Forge lends to that a bit more, and getting a pretty good wall here for Tau. Only
Are
one.
we going to see the third hatch go up at the natural?
I think we will. This is pretty common here. Thank you for the follow again.
Yep. And yeah, so we do see that the third hatch immediately the upper left natural. And yeah, I agree with what you said. The Zerg, if they get this base and they defend it properly with a good SimCity, they've got that fourth gas. And when you're dealing with the Zerg on 4 gas as a Protoss, good luck.
Yeah, it's tough. Scouting probe of Shoop getting in here. Might go down pretty quickly, though. Goes down very fast. Shoop's been pretty good with keeping his scouting probes alive. It's pretty crucial.
Well, it was in there for a while. It was being chased around by the first couple of Zerglings. But yeah, I also feel this map is really good for Zerg SimCities. Like, I feel like they can make it really difficult for early like zealot pushes and that sort of thing. If they do it right, then a lot of times it's not worth engaging.
Yeah. It's true.
And we've got the layer coming up.
And looks like it's gonna be another good Stargate timing for Shoop. And the 3 hatch good layer timing. So similar to what we saw last time.
Now another probe coming out for Shoop.
Ooh,
Trying to head up.
probably gonna get gunned down by the lings, or I'm just gonna slip by.
Yeah, the speed upgrade is only a little less than halfway done, so it could make it up there, but how much info it will get, I'm not sure. I think it should get into the main and see the.
Yeah, it's gonna get in. That's a big scout.
Yeah.
Gonna see the lair. I mean, it's pretty standard, and the spire timing as well. I mean, that's a pretty big tell, on paper. In this game, he kind of expecting it, but still nice. So we're settling into a pretty standard game. Will we see the +1 air like he did last time for the +1/+1 timing? Not sure, but so for the first game, his zealot timing, or sorry, the second game, his zealot timing was really delayed. As far as the number of zealots, and if that doesn't happen, then he could be pretty good. The zealots are.
3 zealots headed up, yeah, to the natural.
There's
Only
no.
a couple zerglings.
Yeah, there's no sunken colonies here.
Hydra Den coming up.
Because these could get a couple. +1's far from being done though.
Okay, let's see how the drills are.
Okay, pretty good drill so far, and a good angle with the zealots. I mean, sorry, lings. +1 is not done, but a really good micro from Shoop there. Got all those lings, and now he can start working away at some of the probes. The sunken is not up. Shoop's a little bit indecisive.
Yeah, speed is finished now. Let's see, 1. Okay, yeah, the sunken is now up. I think 1 more should die. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, Shoop should have just dived straight for those probes. I mean, sorry, drones.
Or walked right by when the sunken, before the sunken finished.
Yeah.
Like into the main.
A bit, yeah.
Whoa,
a bit
oh,
indecisive.
there is 1 zealot in the main.
Is he gonna get a kill?
He's just sort of forcing a lot of lost mining.
Yeah, an APM, which is nice.
Okay, 1 drone goes down.
That's nice.
That's good. And yeah, and he forced several of the gas drones to get pulled off. 1 more drone goes down. That's nice.
There's 2 zealots into the third of HaN. So this zealot harass not doing great, as good as it could have. But these zealots are gonna delay mining, and
all of the drones are gonna be sent all back. Okay. Well, we should get like hydras or things happening.
Yeah, some lings hatching. The zealots missed focusing.
Okay, and a nice drill, and that zealot should go down. Yep.
So the stairs coming in. The stairs, I think, a little bit delayed there because of how many zealots were out, and they're gonna get on top of the overlord.
We do have hydra. Let's see. Only 1 hydra though, so that should go down. We do have Scourge heading towards the Corsair, so we could see him go down here. They have the angle. The Scourge have the. Oh, let's see.
Oh, that was a.
Oh, this one could go down.
Tried to dodge.
Depends on the jukes.
Okay, so yeah, this is actually a big macro slip up. The probe and Corsair production was really lacking during that whole time, and the zealots did good harass, but like we see at a lot of levels, when you get that good harass in, it's at the price of probe production. And that's what we saw there. Zealot production is okay, but I think HaN held on.
And like we said, now he has this upper left natural. He's gonna get the 3rd gas, and eventually he should be able to get the 4th gas. Relatively, freely, because he's got 3 sunkens up. He's got a decent amount of hydras here. It's gonna be hard to push this, and we've just sort of got 4 hatcheries about to be that are just gonna be pumping hydras and getting that macro engine up. They're about even supply, so like that you gotta say like advantage HaN in that situation.
Okay, these zealots could get wrapped up, and this would be huge if he loses all of them. Oh, turning around and fighting. He had a way out.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the thing you want to do there.
He might have been able to.
You do have to. I think he can just, if he just runs them straight down, he can get away.
And Storm is so late. Storm is just now finishing, and High Templars are coming out.
He does an okay job just picking off a bunch of Zerglings, but if he loses units, you know, it's not worth it.
Okay, DTs are coming out, and they're gonna push this army back momentarily. I think enough for him to get enough mana on the High Templars to live.
I think HaN has speed overloads.
Okay, waiting for the Overlord pull.
There's an Overlord to the left. Yep. Speed Overlords are ready. So I think this third is definitely denied.
Yeah, that was a well-timed third, but not gonna get that up. And that's one of the things that makes PvZ so hard, is it's so hard to get the third for Toss on this map. And High Templars are out, but he doesn't have a lot of Zealots left.
Yeah.
Although it's this army situation isn't quite as bad as it was last game. He might have a chance if he pushes out with this, gets some really good storms, and he can get that third up. We'll see.
Yeah, it will all come down to the execution of the spell casting when it comes to taking down this army, which is, you know, a lot of times that's how it is. But man, look at the pumping of these units by HaN. He's doing a really good job, just streams of orange across the map. And we have DTs at a couple bases. Okay, well no, we have a DT at the bottom right, checking for an expansion there. But we have the fourth base just coming up and finished in the upper left main. So, what we were talking about before.
Yeah, and I mean, I think Shoop has to push out now and has to try to get a third up. If he doesn't, this game's just going to snowball so easy.
Ooh, we do actually have the DT in the top left is just going to be able to... Oh.
Just Lings, though.
Yeah.
And there's a Spore Colony there who's going to bait that DT in.
Yeah. Yeah, baiting him in there.
And HaN's...
Got Corsairs about to be... Oh, Scourge. One Corsair goes down.
Yeah, HaN has just been really good with his map presence in this game. I think this force of Shoops can fight this lurker, this force right here. Well, losing words. But now he just entrenched on a open field with storms. This might Shoop might have a chance, but I think this
once you get the lurkers set up,
yeah, this siege up
so much harder to engage.
This siege up really just I think unfortunately spells something really bad for Shoop. Okay, he's dancing around here. The contain is so rough. Decent storms. I mean, gets a couple.
First storm is really good. Oh, we need it.
He needs great storms if he's gonna push out of this. And attacking into this funnel of workers.
Ooh, good storm, good storm. Another good storm to the left.
Yeah. Okay, the storms are getting better, and it looks like Shoop.
As long as he doesn't get his he's not getting his observers sniped, which is you know, that's a major factor.
Okay, so this is actually a little bit of a missed micro by HaN. HaN had a lot of units that were just sitting idle when that fight was happening. And we might, yeah, okay, Shoop might.
Yeah, they're still sitting hold. Yeah, they're still sitting sort of hold position right now.
Good storm on the lurker eggs. Actually, okay, another good storm. So he's gonna get a lot of these, which is nice. And he needs to get the third up ASAP.
Yeah, but I still am thinking HaN is 7 hatch. 7 hatches up, 4 gas. It's still really... And now we've got 1-1 on the Zerg units. So we're just got a sort of rough position still. Until that third gets up and mining, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, there's the probe. And we actually, you know, he had a probe send out earlier when that main fight was happening. It did get gunned down though. He didn't realize that. But yeah, the probe's just sitting idle. Okay, there we go. Finally moving in for it. He's banking now.
We got Defiler Mound coming up for HaN, which is like usually before Defiler Mound gets up, you're gonna have your third. But man, yeah, we've just got a lot of units getting pumped.
Okay,
7 hatches.
So Shoop, he's got a decent force. But he's the force of HaN split up a little bit. He's gonna have to retreat up to that north bridge. Now, Shoop could very easily overextend here. Sorry for that rat.
And he pulls back. I think that's a good move because just look at the pure amount of units sitting up here.
Yeah,
and just the streams of Zerglings. And like we said, the Protoss army, like this sort of army, heavy Dragoon, it can look really like it's crushing it for the first like 30 seconds, a minute of a battle.
Mm-hmm.
But then once you get down to that, once you lose the splash, once you lose the zealots, then all of a sudden the Dragoons just melt. So it's really easy to overextend that army.
Yeah, Shoop is still, his army is still, macroed up to against a Hydra army, but he's coming in here. The Ling's coming in at so many angles.
Look at this orange surround.
Okay, I missed micro a little bit from HaN. A lot of these...
Yeah, I thought those orange units on the...
Now they'll come, and on this bridge, Shoop with the "you shall not pass" moment just kind of failed that. And that...
Yeah, like look at all these units on the left from HaN that it could have been fighting.
Alright, this force just getting mopped. And man,
Storm.
It's tough to see Shoop go down like this because he's, you know, kind of he's a PvZ expert, but just gonna lose to HaN. I mean, HaN's really solid as well.
Yeah, just really good macro from HaN. Just continually off of all these hatcheries that he was able to get up.
Oh my goodness. Shoop's not mining at the third.
Yeah.
The macro, I think this was a bit of an off week from Shoop. Seen him make macro mistakes that haven't seen him make in practice very often.
Well, I think he's also going on. This is a lot of lurkers being more free now. Yeah, it's a high pressure game. You know, a top player for one of the top teams. Could be a massive plague here, maybe, or Dark Swarm.
Good Dark Swarm. Oops. And the Lurker morph is really insane. I mean, Shoop's trying to make something happen here. Good storms on top of the Lurkers. Oh.
Yeah, massive storm on top of the Lurkers. But there aren't really... Okay, he's going to pull it back. He's done a good job not really losing a ton of those Templar.
He needs to morph him now, though. This is a little bit awkward here. I think a lot of these Lurkers are just going to get... Okay, quite a few of them were lost, but... So, somehow, Shoop's hanging on. He's got
Yeah, we've got the third. And his fourth is up. In the right side of the map.
So this is interesting. I'm actually surprised.
We've got a big Zergling stream. Let's see if there's a Defiler that comes down here. There is a High Templar and a lot of cannons. So I think if he doesn't send down a Defiler with this, he'll get wiped. But if he sends down a Defiler, then we can see, you know, we can see a Nexus snipe in 40 seconds or something.
Okay, so now HaN actually is now at a big macro slip up himself. He should have taken these back bases long ago.
Yeah.
He's had the minerals to do it, and during that
he's
fight,
sending it up. He's sending up to 12 o'clock. There's actually a Zealot sitting right here, and he moves the drone away.
Yeah, this is some Zergs have an issue with this. They get kind of stagnant on 4 bases, and they don't expand enough. And this is kind of what's happening now. I mean, this is base parity, both players, not on mining. Or actually, yeah. Only 3 gases for Shoop.
We do have mined out in the main. Obviously the Zerg do have the advantage that they mine out slower than the Protoss or Terran. So he's mining minerals off 4 bases, whereas Shoop has mined out his main.
Yeah, and Shoop's macros during this has been decent. He hasn't floated a ton of mins.
Yeah, we've got Han with a lot of extra gas.
And his upgrades are decent. He's got +3 attack. Okay, now the armor he hasn't gotten an armor, which is a little bit questionable. +3 attack. You need that armor really against the lurkers.
Yeah, because we've got 2-2 for Han, which is really nice. And really, well, okay, Han had built up a little bit of a bank there, but now he's down. He was just down to about 200, 300 minerals. Building up a little bit now. Good amount of defilers out. Another base coming up from this will get denied.
Yeah.
On the left side of the map. These Zerglings should be able to take care of this.
This is just another facet of Tau, is that it's so hard to defend because you're so spread out. Anything beyond 4 bases you can't really get as a Protoss. And a really aggressive expansion from Han might push up the
right
bridges.
side.
We'll see.
Lurkers across the bridge really shredding Zealots. But these storms are really... Ooh, takes out his own observer.
Oh, that's rough. There's a couple lurkers that haven't gone up yet. But meanwhile, there's an attack going on. There's blinding clouds. I mean, dark swarms on the bases of the 3rd of Shoop.
DT should take this out. Okay.
Alright, so that attack onto the 5th of Han just got denied. There's quite a few cannons up at this 4th. It is tough.
Let's see this.
Storm, good storm.
Massive storm, yeah. Wow, really big storms.
And the lurkers against the cannons. Han just
Swarm
lost a ton of lurkers. Oh, but looks like it looks like he's holding on.
Yeah, the DT is really coming up big on the left side of the map. Oh, and that nice storm taking out those really. Oh, the DT could really just take out those lurkers with a couple of swipes.
Shoop needs to get observers over here.
Right side.
Yeah, he just whiffed a storm too. There we go.
Oh yeah, that hurts. Yeah, he had that when he was trying to cross that bridge to deny that big base. He did storm some of his observers. Yeah, a lot of times you find it gets a little you forget about it later in the game. Just continuing to build observers, or you lose observers and you don't rebuild.
Yeah, it's true. Now, I think Shoop's held on here, but I think kind of superficially because on Tau, late game PvZ, you can't. It's really hard to win unless you make some good moves in the mid game to set yourself up for it. Which I think Shoop barely survived into the mid game, and
You've
now
got drones headed down to fight on the left side of the map. So he's actually done a really good base. Oh, and now there's a massive. So let's see how this goes.
Okay, the stream of orange is coming in, and there's tons of storms here. He needs to land them.
He actually is using this dark storm to protect his own zealots.
Nice storms.
Yeah, great storms. But we've got Zerglings flanking from the right.
There's just so many storms available for Shoop, and he's doing a pretty good job. This is getting a little bit dicey here. The Kraken is getting on top of some stuff.
But we do have the and now on the right side of the map, but more storms.
Who had to storm his own? Okay, actually didn't lose too many. Now this base is under a bit of contention here.
Yeah, we're really just seeing it. We're really just seeing. Okay, Han has mined out his original map, so he has mined out one base. He's probably gonna try to take this base at the 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock ish mineral only. He'll probably try to take that next. And realistically, whoever if he's able to take this left, I think it will come down to this left position, is what it will come down to. Whoever gets this.
Yeah, it is a mineral only, so.
Yeah, but I mean, we're just gonna be running. If it continues this way, we're just gonna be running really low on resources. Even the mineral is big.
It's true. Now Han's roving around here with some crackling lurker, and there's a quite a big force, or not, some DTs of Shoop, and there's so many storms. Han's got to be careful.
A lot of lurkers here. Defiler. Let's see. Ooh, nice DTs. There's no detection. Okay,
Oh,
the
there's an
Overlord
Overlord.
just comes in. But even so, the DTs will one hit. Okay. Yeah, he's got to run those. Ooh. Oh,
Just
3
barely
hit
escaped
points.
with one.
I think he's gonna try to pick out this drone that's about to build this base.
Surprisingly, Shoop actually has been running around quite a bit of DTs and lurkers, but there's sunkens in most of Han's base, so it hasn't been that productive.
Oh, this Zealot on patrol actually missed the drone that is going to form the base at the top of the map. He had it on patrol.
All right, so this is huge here. Shoop's trying to take this base, and if he wants to make it here, he's gonna have to defend this. It is a mineral only, but that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. You can make a ton of zealots off of it. But here we go. We've got a big push in from Han, and he's coming in. The lurkers are streaming across. Shoop has almost infinite storms. We'll see how he defends this. Decent storms, but the blinding clouds getting in. So many lurkers established. I don't think the cannons are going to be enough. Another good
Let's
storm.
see. We need
I don't know. This crackling flood is really good. I think
another defiler.
yeah, I think he's going to lose this. Shoop not macroing at all. He needs to get these troops over there. He's
Oh,
really,
look at the left side of the map too.
okay, a big fight coming in here. It looks like Shoop might do a little bit better here. He's missing a lot of storm opportunities.
Ooh, Archon picked off by the Zerglings. Yeah. Oh man, this is rough. He's lost this right big.
Yeah, I mean, this whole time, it hasn't been a huge question in my mind whether Han would win. But I am surprised that, Shoop held it out that long.
Yeah, I thought it was really well played by Shoop, considering how it was really just struggle even to take the third. And Han was in a really strong position, really just macroing heavily off of his 5, 6, 7 hatch, and just pretty much after Shoop got that third base, it was just defense. It was like a UMS, defend the waves of Zerg over and over, and eventually just warm down.
Yeah, really tough map there to be in that type of situation. And good series, both players.